Hi guys, the most asked question we get on the Facebook selling pages, or indeed I get through my blog to be honest, is around Mulberry mainly bag authenticity. Can you please check this item that I bought a while ago? Do you think it's genuine? Or, oh, I really like this one. Could you have a look at it? Do you think it's genuine? Now, I always say, if you haven't bought anything yet, pay by PayPal, goods and services, you're protected. And once you have the item in your possession, or if you've already bought it, spend £5 and go to proper authentication service. Nothing tops that. I've had, if you look up my review of the Poly push lock tote, was completely convinced that was genuine, and it turned out to be a fake. And I'm still not sure. I think it was the font on the fob that gave it away in the end, but I hadn't spotted that at all, and I've handled a lot of mulberries. So, sorry, the cat is complaining. I'll look after you in a minute, Buff. Anyway, what I thought I'd do though is a friend of mine bought accidentally a fake oversized Mulberry Alexa a while ago, and I thought I'd just show you against my genuine Alexa. Interesting because it's not one of those really bad fakes. I mean, if you've had an Alexa before, you can probably tell fairly quickly. Yeah, so there's a few markers that will give it away, even if you're not the one who's handling it. But it's not one of those really bad ones. So here's my genuine one. We'll compare anything obviously that refers to Mulberry. So we've got stamps down there. Does that work? Shh. No, the cat is complaining, sorry. We've got a stamp there. The screws are quite often referred to. We've got Mulberry stamped on the side here. And then on the inside we have that. And I'll give way now that I've been recording this since I started doing this in 2015 as a mirror image and have no idea how to swap it. So there you go. That's how clued up I am with this. But rest assured, this is actually proper way. You just see it as a mirror image, and I'm really sorry. And there's the fob with the number on. And then we also have somewhere in there, oh there we go, a bit of sellotape or something stuck in. Oh no, I just had it re-inked, I think, is something. Sorry, it's just come back. Anyway, so we've got the made in label front and back. Made in Turkey, there you go. The leather is soft buffalo, so it's very shiny, very soft. This one is the fake. Now if you give it a look straight away, you see it's stiffer. Now you could argue that maybe they were aiming for polished buffalo look. I doubt they will have thought about it that much. But definitely different leather feel, but it doesn't feel like polished buffalo. But don't worry about it, there are more obvious signs to it. Now, some of the things that can happen quite often, or that I've seen quite often, is that the screws aren't aligned in this way, where they sort of point inwards exactly like that. However, I've also seen more vintage, genuine bags, because these are actually real screws, where they are aligned incorrectly and it was a genuine bag. So there you go. On the really bad fakes, quite often what you get is that these things at the end, I can't remember what they're called, they're like really wide and really chunky, but it's actually alright on this one. So, not a dead giveaway. What is often looked at on an Alexa is these magnetic closures, especially the female part here. Can you see how it's rounded, and the amount it's rounded and raised, and it has this little sort of ridge type thing? This one is rounded, so it's not one of those really flat but raised things, but you can see it doesn't have that ridge. So there we go, that's our first giveaway. Another thing that's often asked for when authenticating is a picture of the lock on like this, because you see how it's kind of curved there. Some of the really bad fakes are like cut off straight at the bottom, so that's not the case. It's slightly rounded here. Let's have a look how this one is here. It's actually not that bad. It's a little bit rounded. It's slightly different. So an absolute expert would probably recognize that the proportions are slightly, ever so slightly different. But actually, again, not such a bad one. Proportions, yeah, tiny bit off, but it's not that bad. Now, what gives this away even to a fairly novice is when I look at this again. You see the font, even if you look at it as a mirror image, do you see it? Very, what do you call it, quite straight. This one, for whatever reason, it's quite frilly. You see it? Very flowery, frilly. So the font is completely different. And then the thing that I can never remember, how many leaves on the tree and where and stuff. Definitely different, though if you only gave me that, you know what, I probably wouldn't be able to tell. Flicking on the back though, and that's again fairly obvious, can you see that? The font here again, very sort of straight numbers. This one I need to come in a bit closer until you can actually see it. Can you see that? I will add some pictures as well. Is more frilly, more flowery. The fabric on the genuine Alexa is very smooth. It's a very, I would say it's quite high thread count, much finer than this one. On this one it feels almost cottony, quite coarse. This one feels much more satiny. This one feels more, as I said, sort of cottony. And then, I don't even know whether this one has a made-in label. Now, even if you have a genuine bag, sometimes your made-in label, could be inside the zip pocket, but it's not in here. Do I not just find it? Do I just not find it? See, that's how well prepared I am for this kind of stuff. Ah, there we go. It's really high up. Right, this one says Made in England, and one giveaway there is actually I don't have a Made in England label on the other one. It's quite often the fake ones will say Made in England because of course you think, yeah, Mulberry, sure, they're all made in England, so it's the easier answer, right? Doesn't mean that all fakes have Made in England, but quite often they do. And obviously that also doesn't mean that all Made in England bag are fakes. Not at all, it's not what I'm saying here. But quite a good giveaway is the G on the England. Is a much more flouncy kind of G. This one is just like a standard one. Flouncy. It's like, it's an old-fashioned one. Now this one came actually with guarantee card. The paper definitely feels different. Oh look, and this one actually says soft buffalo. This one's definitely does not feel like soft buffalo. So but having said that, as far as the fake paperwork goes, this isn't too bad. It's a similar colour, it's the same shape, it's the same size, so they did quite well there. I'm praising some people who made a fake bag there we go. But what I meant to say is really, I've seen quite a lot of fake bags that come with a sort of brown tag with a Mulberry stamp on it at the bottom. Quite often that tag is attached with some plastic to the bag. God, I'm so not eloquent today. Anyway, I know this was a bit of a ramble. But I hope I will have shown you some of the main pointers to look out for. Give me a shout if you want any other information. And yeah, hope you found this useful. Bye!